Did you know that nearly 50% of immigrants in the UK have considered leaving within just a few years of arriving? It's shocking, right? The UK is often seen as the land of opportunity, famous for its bustling cities, rich culture, and endless possibilities. But what if that dream doesn't live up to reality? Imagine packing your entire life into suitcases, leaving your family, friends, and everything familiar behind, only to find yourself struggling to make ends meet. High costs, endless rain, and cultural confusion, these are just the beginning of the challenges many face. For example, did you know that housing in London can cost up to 3 times more than in other parts of Europe? Or that the infamous UK weather has been linked to serious mental health issues like seasonal depression, and it doesn't stop there? What about the complicated visa system, the overwhelming job market, or feeling lost in a sea of unfamiliar faces? These are the real stories you won't find in glossy travel brochures or on Instagram. So, why do so many immigrants feel regret after moving to the UK? What hidden hurdles do they encounter that no one talks about? Watch the complete video as we uncover the 10 biggest reasons immigrants feel let down by life in the UK, and how you can avoid these pitfalls if you're considering the move yourself. Trust me, this is information you need before making that leap. Number 1. The cost of living is sky high. When it comes to the UK, one of the harshest realities immigrants face is the sky-high cost of living. While the country offers opportunities and a rich cultural experience, many find themselves blindsided by just how expensive life here can be. Let's take London as an example. Known for its iconic landmarks and vibrant energy, it's also one of the top 10 most expensive cities in the world. Renting a modest one-bedroom apartment in the city will set you back around £1,800 per month, and that's before you factor in utilities like electricity, gas, and water. Even outside of London, in smaller cities like Manchester or Bristol, rent and living costs can still feel overwhelming, but rent is only one piece of the puzzle. Groceries, transportation, and even day-to-day basics like dining out or grabbing a coffee can feel like luxury expenses. Public transportation, while efficient, is another significant cost. A monthly travel card in London can exceed £150, and let's not forget council tax, which can add hundreds of pounds to your bills annually. Many immigrants move to the UK with dreams of better financial stability, only to find themselves juggling multiple jobs or drastically cutting back on their lifestyle to make ends meet. It's a far cry from the glamorous image often portrayed in movies or online. So, what can you do to avoid falling into this trap? Planning is key. Research housing costs in different regions. Living in smaller towns or sharing accommodation can significantly reduce expenses. Take the time to understand the tax system, utilities, and potential costs before you move. While the cost of living in the UK is undeniably steep, being prepared can help you manage your finances effectively and focus on enjoying the opportunities the country has to offer. Number 2. Job market challenges. Moving to the UK often comes with the expectation of finding better career opportunities. However, for many immigrants, the reality of the job market is far more complicated than they imagined. The UK has a highly competitive job market, and despite being one of the world's largest economies, it doesn't guarantee a seamless transition into employment. Many immigrants arrive with impressive qualifications and experience, only to discover that their credentials are not recognized or valued in the same way. Professions like medicine, law, or engineering often require additional certifications, exams, or training to meet UK standards, steps that can be time-consuming and expensive. Another challenge is that certain industries may already be oversaturated, making it harder to secure roles. Immigrants without strong networks or local work experience can find themselves at a disadvantage when competing with local candidates. Even for skilled workers, finding jobs that match their qualifications and salary expectations can take months or even years. For those who lack advanced qualifications or English fluency, the situation can be even tougher. Many find themselves in low-paying jobs with little opportunity for career growth. Long hours, limited benefits, and precarious contracts are common in industries like retail, hospitality, and manual labor. So, how can immigrants overcome these hurdles? First, research the job market in your field before moving. Check whether your qualifications are recognized or if additional steps are required. Build a strong CV tailored to UK standards and leverage online platforms like LinkedIn to network. Additionally, consider taking courses to improve your English proficiency or gain certifications that increase your employability. While the UK job market has its challenges, being proactive and prepared can make all the difference. With time, effort, and persistence, many immigrants find fulfilling careers, but it often requires navigating these initial hurdles. Number 3. Complex immigration system. For many immigrants, the journey to the UK begins with navigating its complex and often stressful immigration system. While the UK is a top destination for people seeking better opportunities, the reality of obtaining the right visa and meeting legal requirements can quickly become overwhelming. The UK's immigration system is notoriously complicated, with different types of visas for work, study, family reunification, and more. Each visa comes with its own set of rules, restrictions, and eligibility criteria. For example, work visas often require securing a job offer from a UK-based employer who is registered as a sponsor, no easy task in a competitive market. On top of that, applicants must meet strict financial and language requirements, which can be daunting for many. Even after securing a visa, the process doesn't end there. Many immigrants encounter issues like delays in visa processing, unclear guidelines, and last-minute changes in immigration policies. For families, this can mean months of uncertainty, with lives left in limbo. Another challenge is the cost of immigration. Application fees can be hefty, especially for those applying as a family. Add to that the Immigration Health Surcharge, IHS, and the total cost can run into thousands of pounds. The consequences of not understanding the system can be serious. Mistakes in applications, missed deadlines, or failing to meet certain conditions can result in visa rejections or, worse, deportation. So, how can you navigate this labyrinth? The best approach is to do your homework. Research the type of visa you need thoroughly and don't hesitate to consult immigration lawyers or trusted advisors. Keep track of changes to immigration rules and prepare all required documents well in advance. While the UK's immigration system is undeniably tough, proper preparation and expert advice can help you avoid many pitfalls and start your new chapter with confidence. Number 4. Struggles with the weather. If you've heard jokes about the UK's weather, you might think they're just playful exaggerations, but for many immigrants, the constant grey skies and rain turn out to be more than just a stereotype. They can become a serious challenge to daily life and mental health. The UK is known for its mild but unpredictable weather. Summers are short and rarely hot, while winters are long, damp, and gloomy. Unlike countries that boast clear seasonal transitions, the UK often feels like it's stuck in a perpetual drizzle. This means fewer sunny days and a lot of time spent under cloudy, overcast skies. For many immigrants, especially those from sunnier regions, this can be a huge adjustment. What makes it worse is the effect this weather can have on your mood and well-being. Studies have shown that the lack of sunlight can lead to seasonal affective disorder, SAD, a type of depression linked to shorter daylight hours. Symptoms include low energy, irritability, and difficulty concentrating, making it even harder to adjust to other challenges of moving to a new country. The weather also affects daily routines. Commuting in the rain, enduring chilly winds, and trying to make plans around unpredictable showers can be frustrating. Many newcomers find themselves longing for the warmth and sunshine of their home countries, which can intensify feelings of homesickness. So, how can you cope? Preparation is key. Invest in good quality waterproof clothing and sturdy umbrellas. Incorporate light therapy lamps into your home to combat the lack of sunlight, and find indoor hobbies to keep your spirits high during dreary days. While the weather in the UK isn't its biggest selling point, adapting to it can make your experience much more manageable. With the right mindset and a few adjustments, you'll find it's just another part of life in the UK's unique climate. Number 5. High taxes. Taxes are an inevitable part of life, but for many immigrants moving to the UK, the reality of the country's high tax rates can come as a shock. While the UK offers a robust public system, including free healthcare through the NHS and access to quality public services, these benefits come at a cost, one that's often much higher than newcomers expect. The UK operates on a progressive tax system, meaning the more you earn, the higher percentage of your income you'll pay in taxes. For example, if you earn over £50,270 per year, you'll move from the basic tax rate of 20% to the higher rate of 40%. Add to this national insurance contributions, which fund social security benefits, and your take-home pay may be significantly less than anticipated. But it doesn't end there. Many immigrants are caught off guard by council tax, a local tax paid by households to fund services like waste collection, policing, and local schools. The amount varies depending on where you live and the valuation band of your property, but it can add hundreds or even thousands of pounds to your annual expenses. Another hidden cost is value added tax, VAT, a 20% tax applied to most goods and services. Whether you're buying groceries, dining out, or purchasing electronics, this tax is built into almost everything, making everyday expenses feel even steeper. For immigrants who come from countries with lower tax rates or fewer indirect taxes, the UK system can feel overwhelming. However, understanding how the tax system works and planning your finances accordingly can help ease the burden. To prepare, use online tax calculators to estimate your take-home pay and familiarize yourself with deductions and allowances you may be eligible for. With proper planning, you can manage the sticker shock of UK taxes and make informed financial decisions to build a stable life. We put a lot of heart and effort into creating videos like this to keep you informed and prepared. If you've faced any challenges or surprises while living abroad, share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It's just one click, but it means the world to us and helps us bring you even more valuable content. Number 6. Cultural shock. One of the most underestimated challenges immigrants face when moving to the UK is cultural shock. While the country is known for being multicultural and diverse, adjusting to new social norms, traditions, and ways of life can be a significant hurdle for many newcomers. From the moment you arrive, it's clear that life in the UK has its own unique rhythm. The subtle differences in manners and communication styles can feel confusing. For instance, British politeness often involves indirect language, which can be misinterpreted by those used to more direct forms of communication. A simple phrase like, "we'll see," might leave you wondering if it's a polite way of saying no. Another adjustment is the pace of life. In larger cities like London, people often seem to be in a constant rush, leaving little room for casual interactions or making new friends. In smaller towns, however, you may encounter more reserved communities where it takes time to feel accepted. Food, holidays, and traditions are other aspects that can feel alien. British cuisine, for instance, might not appeal to everyone's palate, and holidays like Bonfire Night or Boxing Day might leave you scratching your head. Many immigrants also struggle with the sense of humor, which can be dry, sarcastic, and difficult to grasp initially. But perhaps the most challenging part of cultural shock is the feeling of isolation. Being far from familiar customs and surrounded by a new way of life can intensify homesickness and make integration feel daunting. To ease the transition, take small steps to immerse yourself in the culture. Join local clubs, attend community events, or connect with other immigrants who've been through similar experiences. Over time, learning to embrace these differences can turn cultural shock into a rewarding opportunity for growth and understanding. While it's not always easy, adapting to the UK's culture can ultimately enrich your experience and help you feel at home in this new land. Number 7. Limited housing availability. One of the most pressing challenges immigrants face in the UK is the scarcity of affordable housing. While the high cost of rent is widely acknowledged, the difficulty of securing a suitable home is often an even bigger obstacle. With demand outpacing supply in many areas, particularly in major cities, newcomers frequently find themselves in fierce competition for even the most modest accommodations. In cities like London, Manchester, and Birmingham, where job opportunities and amenities attract large populations, the housing crisis is particularly acute. Available properties are often snapped up quickly, leaving immigrants with limited options. Landlords typically require extensive documentation, such as proof of income, references, and large upfront payments, which can be challenging for those who are new to the country and still establishing themselves. For many immigrants, this means accepting compromises, such as settling for overcrowded, shared accommodations, or living far from work or schools to find affordable rent. These conditions can lead to additional stress and make it harder to build a stable life in the UK. Furthermore, housing quality is inconsistent, with some properties poorly maintained or lacking basic amenities. For families, the situation becomes even more complex as they must consider school districts, safety, and access to childcare services. The ripple effects of limited housing availability are profound. High rent and housing instability can consume a significant portion of income, leaving little for other essential expenses like transportation, healthcare, or savings. For those on tight budgets, this can lead to a cycle of financial strain, To address these challenges, immigrants should plan strategically, researching less competitive areas, considering shared housing initially, and consulting local housing agencies can provide a starting point. Understanding tenant rights in the UK is also crucial for avoiding exploitative situations and ensuring a safe and fair housing experience. Number 8. Healthcare system limitations. The UK's National Health Service, NHS, is often praised as one of the country's greatest achievements. Providing free healthcare at the point of use, it's a system that many immigrants are eager to benefit from. However, the NHS, while a lifeline for millions, has its limitations, and these can be a major source of frustration for newcomers. One of the biggest challenges is the long waiting times. Whether it's seeing a GP, general practitioner, for a routine checkup, or accessing specialist care, delays are a common complaint. For example, waiting times for non-urgent procedures can stretch into weeks or even months. This can be particularly stressful for immigrants who are used to faster healthcare systems or need immediate attention for ongoing medical conditions. Another issue is the overburdened system. With a growing population and limited resources, the NHS is under constant strain. Immigrants often find it difficult to register with a GP, especially in areas with high demand, leaving them feeling stuck when they need basic medical care. Access to dental services is another surprise. Unlike general healthcare, dental care under the NHS isn't free, and finding an NHS dentist accepting new patients can be challenging. Many end up relying on expensive private services, further straining their budgets. For those with specific healthcare needs, like chronic conditions or mental health concerns, the one-size-fits-all nature of the NHS can sometimes feel insufficient. Private healthcare is an option, but it comes at a high cost, adding another layer of expense for immigrants. To navigate these challenges, plan ahead. Register with a GP as soon as possible after arriving and research private insurance options if you anticipate needing quicker or specialized care. While the NHS is a remarkable system, understanding its limitations can help you manage your expectations and ensure you're prepared for any healthcare needs that arise. Number 9. Limited support networks. For many immigrants, moving to the UK means leaving behind the comfort and stability of their support networks, family, friends, and communities that provided emotional and practical support in their home countries. Once in the UK, building a new network can be much harder than anticipated, often leading to feelings of loneliness and isolation. Starting over in a new country is never easy. In the UK, people are often seen as reserved and private, especially in larger cities like London. While you might interact with colleagues or neighbors daily, forming meaningful friendships can take much longer. Immigrants frequently report struggling to feel a sense of belonging, particularly if they don't share the same cultural background as the people around them. The lack of familiar faces becomes especially challenging during major life events, celebrating holidays, facing health issues, or even just needing someone to help with day-to-day tasks like moving or childcare. Without an established support network, these moments can feel overwhelming. Another barrier is the cultural and language differences, which can make it harder to connect with locals. Even if English is your first language, adapting to accents, slang, and British humor takes time, creating an added layer of difficulty when trying to form bonds. So, how can immigrants rebuild their support networks? The key is to actively seek out connections, join community groups, attend cultural events, or participate in activities where you're likely to meet people with similar interests. Many cities also have expat groups or organizations that cater specifically to newcomers, providing a space to connect with others who understand your experience. Rebuilding your support network in the UK takes effort and patience, but it's a crucial step toward feeling truly settled. Over time, these new connections can grow into a community that feels just as strong and supportive as the one you left behind. Number 10. Unrealistic expectations. For many immigrants, the decision to move to the UK is fueled by visions of a better life, financial stability, career advancement, and access to world-class education and healthcare. However, one of the most common reasons for regret is the disappointment that comes from unrealistic expectations. The UK is often romanticized in movies, TV shows, and social media. The images of picturesque countryside, vibrant city life, and endless opportunities create a picture-perfect fantasy. But the reality is far more nuanced. The cost of living, the challenges of the job market, and the complexity of the immigration system often catch newcomers off guard. Many arrive expecting immediate success and comfort, only to face months or even years of adjustment and struggle. Another issue is the belief that life in the UK will automatically be better than in their home country. While the UK does offer opportunities, it also comes with its own set of challenges. Immigrants may find themselves missing the cultural familiarity, social connections, and comforts of home more than they anticipated. This gap between expectation and reality can lead to frustration and even regret. Social media exacerbates this problem by showcasing only the highlights of life in the UK. Immigrants often compare their behind-the-scenes struggles to others' polished highlights, leading to feelings of inadequacy or disillusionment. The solution? Research and realistic planning. Before making the move, it's crucial to dig deeper into what life in the UK is truly like. Speak with people who have made the transition, explore forums, and weigh the pros and cons honestly. Understand that success in a new country takes time, patience, and resilience. By aligning expectations with reality, immigrants can better prepare themselves for the challenges ahead and find fulfillment in their UK journey, even if it's not exactly how they envisioned it. Moving to a new country is a monumental decision, and the UK, with its rich history and global reputation, is a popular choice for many immigrants. However, as we've explored in this video, the reality of life in the UK can be very different from what people imagine. From the sky-high cost of living and constant rain to the overwhelming bureaucracy and job market challenges, the UK presents hurdles that can catch even the most prepared immigrants off guard. But it's not all doom and gloom. While these challenges are real, they're not insurmountable. The key is to approach the move with realistic expectations and a strong plan. Researching the job market, understanding the immigration system, and being prepared for cultural differences can make a world of difference. Building a support network and staying adaptable will help you navigate the transition more smoothly. Remember, every immigrant's journey is unique. The experiences shared here are meant to provide insight and preparation, not to discourage anyone from pursuing their dreams. The UK offers incredible opportunities and a chance to build a fulfilling life, but only if you're ready for the challenges that come with it. As you consider your move, take the time to reflect on what truly matters to you. With determination, patience, and preparation, you can turn these challenges into stepping stones toward a rewarding experience. Solution: if you're thinking about moving to the UK or are already navigating its challenges, here's how you can make the process smoother. Plan thoroughly. Research every aspect of life in the UK, from living costs to cultural norms. Use online forums, government websites, and expat groups to gather reliable information. Set realistic expectations. Understand that every country has its pros and cons. Acknowledge the challenges, but focus on how you can adapt. Build a support network. Connect with local communities, expat groups, or professional networks to avoid isolation and get practical advice. Stay financially prepared. Budget carefully, considering taxes, housing costs, and potential healthcare expenses. Seek professional help. Whether it's for immigration paperwork or job applications, don't hesitate to hire experts if needed. While the UK has its share of challenges, embracing a proactive and adaptable mindset can transform the experience into a fulfilling adventure. Your dream of moving to the UK is achievable with the right preparation and attitude. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What surprised you the most about life in the UK? Share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Your insights could help others. Don't stop here. Check out our video on 10 countries where Britishers are not allowed in 2025 for an eye-opening perspective. We pour our hearts into creating content like this, so please support us by subscribing to our channel. It's just one click, and it means the world to us.